Basketball season is here. The Wisconsin Badgers with a busy week one, a Monday night win against Holy Cross, a Thursday evening victory against Montana State, and then a Sunday afternoon matchup against Appalachian State. We'll talk all things Wisconsin Badgers with the head coach Greg Gard. We'll also visit with Kamari McGee, who, to say the least, has been quite the spark for the Badgers coming off the bench in week one of the college basketball season. All of that coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Prowl, top of the circle. We'll release it to Max Klesmit. Klesmit off the right elbow, throws to Winter, sends it to McGee. Kamari hooks it past to Tanjay, goes into Winter, back out to Tanjay, tries a three, left wing, nailed it. John Tanjay, his third triple. He has 15 points, 42-40 Wisconsin. With 10 to shoot. Free tag off the wing, throwing to Ilver through his hands, got it back, beats Gard, three in the air, left side, got it! Greg Gard right there. Greg Gard smiling. Isaac Gard with the triple. Bounce pass to Blackwell with 6, with 5. Blackwell through the midcourt logo with 3, with 2. Right lane line. Feeds Winter. Slam dunk. And the first half has come to an end. Flips to Winter. Sends it to Tanjay. Baseline right. Whips a pass. And nice catch. Klesmit left corner three. Nails it again. And Max Klesmit is joining the party tonight. Klesmit pounding the dribble, left of the center circle, 5 to shoot. Max will let it fly, left of the circle, got it again. Max Klesmit, yet another triple. He has 6 of them tonight. This is Wisconsin basketball. Hands off or off the screen of Crowell. Klesmit for 3 and he buries it. Blackwell driving right lane line, runs it up and in off the glass. Tapped by Crowd, picked up Winter, finds Tanjay, down the lane, slam dunk. Slips it in the crowd, low on the left, slam dunk. Finds McGee, low on the left, he'll finish.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. One call, that's all.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Our first basketball show of the season as it is underway for the Wisconsin Badgers going through week one as we get caught up with head coach Greg Gard. Let's maybe backtrack for the fans. I know some watching or maybe just catching up. I know the diehards have been tracking it all along. New faces via the transfer portal and a good freshman class. Just take us back to the summertime and as much as the game is changing, the landscape is changing, the summer, the objectives remain the same, really, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's obviously you're using June, July, and part of August to obviously put all these new faces and people together and start the journey, so to speak, of developing chemistry. But I think the one thing, as much as, Matt, as it's changed on the outside, we all know the different factors at play. When you get in the practice gym, that is the one thing that stayed normal and the same in terms of going to work in there. You still can't cheat and shortcut the work that you have to put in. So regardless of the avenue that they've come here to be on our roster, and I think we've got a really good roster that is going to grow and get better as the year goes on, they still have had to put in the work, and they've done a good job of that. We had a really good summer, and I think it's a learning curve, obviously, that everybody, whether you're a freshman or a fifth-year transfer, that you have to go through, and this group has not shied away from the work.
As we look at these guys who have come in as transfers, Cameron Hunter has played at a high level at Central Arkansas. Xavier Amos, the same thing. But John Tonje, even the guys are starting to joke about it. Nolan Winter saying, yeah, he's old. He has coffee in the morning. Join the club. But a guy like him, there's the physical maturity, but just the maturity of having played, the 4 years at Colorado State, medical redshirt last year. And what little the fans have seen of him, they understand why you guys were interested.
Yeah, I mean, he just brings a maturity and a calmness about him on the floor. There's not much probably he hasn't seen. And when you have 4 or 5 years of college basketball, you just watching them in practice, watching them in the weight room, watching them how they go about it every day. It's such a different mindset, as it should be, than your typical freshman, because they've been through so much, and that's the advantage of bringing in an older guy that's more experienced and has a lot of miles under his belt, so to speak.
If there's somebody else who doesn't have the miles under his belt but is very, very promising in John Blackwell. Secret's out. Everybody knows how good he is now. But you made the point during camp is that there's a hunger about him, a confidence about him that's just a little bit different, right? It kind of reminds you of Johnny Davis in that respect.
Yeah, I think there's, anytime players can get experience in year one, albeit, obviously the more you can get, the better. But I think taking that good, bad, and indifferent and multiplying that into what you can become in the second year, and that's the jump I saw in Johnny Davis. Obviously, they're totally different players, and I am not doing anything in forecasting what's going to happen for John Blackwell, but just the mindset that Blackwell has approached the offseason with, and I think the experience, like I said, good and bad. He had really good moments, and he had moments where he struggled, and that helps expedite your growth for that next year.
We talk about the newcomers, the true freshmen, but there's a redshirt freshman, Jack Janicki, who has made an impression here from summer to camp, and we've seen him in this first week of the season. Just knows how to play, doesn't he?
He does. I mean, he's just he reminds us of guys we've had in the past, and like I said, I don't like to compare, but I keep going back to Josh Gosser. Just glue guy, maybe not gonna, stats won't jump off the page, but he's always around winning. He's got his fingerprints on winning, whether it's, deflections, loose balls, the right pass at the right time, defensively, right place, right time. A better athlete than you would expect. So it's really it's been fun to watch him mature and grow, and our other guys really like having him on their team when we do drills because he just impacts winning in ways that he can score a little bit, and he did a lot at White Bear Lake, but the other little intangible things that he does, that Josh did a lot of those things too that maybe they don't have a stat for, but they're all ingredients that add into a team being successful.
And the season is underway, the first week of the season. Week 2 is going to be pretty exciting as well, as on Friday night on the 15th. A certain coach will be recognized, and some of his former players will be back in town. We'll talk about that as we continue with Coach Gard on the Badger Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.
That was in October, where Bo Ryan finally was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, the highest honor for those in that sport. And the Badgers will be able to recognize him coming up on Friday nights as the Badgers host Arizona. Some members of the Final Four teams, plural, will be back in town. But let's go back as we continue with head coach Greg Gard. Let's go back to October, Springfield, Massachusetts. That just, watching that, I would imagine the people would have their heads on a swivel, because that truly is a who's who of the sport. And to see Bo recognized, and what a speech he gave. It was just great.
Yeah, it was. I joke it's the first time I've heard him stay on track and within his time limit. But no, I think obviously from a big picture, from a 30,000-foot view, awesome event, awesome venue. You're right, it was the who's who. I mean, a lot of those guys have aged that you don't recognize them. You're kind of like, who's that? And it's whoever, so-and-so. And it was a really neat event that was there for just a short time, but I know Coach really enjoyed the 3 days or 2.5 days of the different events that went on, and obviously did an awesome job with his induction speech, but well-deserved, and obviously takes his seat amongst the very best.
I think what caught a lot of people's attention, I've talked to some former players in the midst of the thank yous, and he made it about everybody else. The players, the managers. Right. He said every player who dove for a loose ball, who took a charge, that's kind of the backbone of the program, right. Doing those so-called little things that lead to wins.
Absolutely. I think he's never lost sight of what, as much as society gets caught up in all the oohs and ahs and the flash plays and highlights and everything that grabs media attention. He's never lost sight of what truly matters and the intangible things that go into having successful teams that make you a successful person and ultimately launch you into life after basketball. But that's something he's never lost sight of what really, as much success as he's had, what really matters at the core of it and what you try to stay true to, because those are great anchors when things are a little rocky. And we've all seen that. I watched him go through it. With teams that struggled at times, and he anchored back to the little things. And the little things, as we always say, aren't little things. They make a big difference in terms of your long-term success and your ability to sustain things over a course of time.
Yeah, winning plays, and we've seen a whole lot of that around here with your teams, obviously, and with Coach Gard's as well, with the Coach Ryan's as well. So members of the Final Four teams from the 2014-2015 March Madness runs will be back as Bo will have a chance to be recognized here at the Kohl Center on Friday night. That'll be pretty special.
It will be. We decided over a year ago to do, because there was only one player difference. Ben Bruss is the only one that was on 14 that wasn't on 15. So to do them both in the same year, obviously we were in anticipation that Bo would be inducted into Naismith, so we can kind of wrap it and package it all into one night of celebrating those two teams, and then obviously celebrating him and his career and the induction into Naismith. So it's come together really well. And then ironically, we have Arizona coming into town, which was the regional final game those 2 years. So yeah, it'll be an awesome Friday night here in the Kohl Center.
You were saying, we were talking earlier in the week, it's really hard for you in your line of work to reflect a lot. But I sit here as a fan/broadcaster. I think back at the talent on the floor, the grittiness on the floor of the Badger teams and the Arizona teams for that matter. I mean, that's about as big time as we have seen in college basketball for, you could argue, close to a generation.
Amazing talent. And not only the talent, but the experience that was on the floor for us specifically. Just guys that chose to stay here over the course of their career. We've seen a shift in that that mindset and that approach here in the last 3 or 4 years. But to have guys that redshirted and paid their dues and sat out during an injury year and came back and got an extra year of eligibility, all those things added up to, along with having obviously a really talented team, a very experienced team. And when you put those two things together, obviously we had some very magical moments.
Yeah, no doubt. And some of those will be relived, no doubt, by the players who will be here, by the head coach who will be honored, and by the fans who will be in attendance at the Kohl Center. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with our first basketball edition of the season of the Badgers Sports Report.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
He loops it into Wall. Tyler in the lane. Finds McGee for three. Right corner. Got it! Kamari McGee ties the game at 47. Timeout Rutgers. Kamari McGee with a big-time three for the home team. Now we need to talk to one of the veterans, a guy who's certainly added a spark, and that's putting it mildly, to this Wisconsin team when he's been out on the floor. Talking about Kamari McGee, back 100%, right? I mean, you were playing banged up late in the year, but that's all in the past, right?
All in the past, and I'm happy to be back 100%. It just feels good being able to do everything with the guys and not having to pick and choose which drills I'm in. It's just been a blessing for sure.
When did it feel like, okay, I can really cut it loose now and I'm all the way back?
I would say like late July, early August is when it really started to feel better, because I didn't get back into the summer workouts until like mid-July. So I would say like around like late July to early August is when it felt its best.
I mentioned spark off the bench, and that's putting it mildly, but you can, there's a feeling in the Kohl Center when you come off the bench like, okay, something's about to happen. I mean, we can sense that. We're not playing. But do you sense that when you come off the bench?
Honestly, at first I didn't, but after hearing that a lot and then just playing more and more games, I started to feel it when I would come in. I would just feel like if we needed that extra boost, even if we were up, we could be up and I would still come in, spark the boost, and maybe open up the lead more. So yeah, I would say I definitely started to feel it, and it was just a good feeling. You know, it's just, I'm playing freely. I'm playing with a smile on my face. That's what I love to do. So it's just, and with the crowd's energy, it just makes it even easier.
Take us back, even, I know as you were working your way back, but a lot of new faces, and obviously, and you know, Cameron Hunter says he leans on guys like you to try to learn things, but tell us about this group, because fans are probably like, I don't know. What do fans need to know about this team?
Man, they need to know that this group is very, very, like, go-getters. We're willing to do anything, especially with adding the new guys. Like, we're a group of dogs. Like, every practice is intense. Like, we're going at each other no matter if it's a rebounding drill, a shooting drill. It could be the simplest drill, but we're going at each other, and that's how it's supposed to be, you know, so you can make the games easier, because if practice is that hard, the games should come easy.
It seems like, too, it's fun to watch how the program or the offense has evolved. Last year, some different things, and I'm sure you're adding to that now. That's a pretty exciting thought, isn't it? You're smiling, so you must be liking what's going on.
Yeah, just because, like, it's adjusting to the players that we have, like, in their style of play. So it's not necessarily just, oh, we just gonna get the ball to Steve-O all the time. Like, yeah, we're gonna feed Steve-O, but we're gonna run a little bit too. Like, Steve-O's willing to run, so we'll get up and down, you know, play with a little faster pace, a little more pace, you know. We're not gonna go too crazy, but it's definitely fitting to some people's abilities a little better.
I mentioned with Cameron Hunter kind of leaning on you, and I'm sure that the new guys, if it's somebody who's transferred in or a freshman, I mean, you went through that yourself, but you take some pride in that, I think. And they mentioned you and Max, Klesmet, that there's something about these player-run programs, right? I would imagine there's a little leadership role to you right now that you take pretty seriously.
Oh, for sure. I feel like I've had a pretty solid leadership role since I've been here, just because of how vocal I am. But it definitely took another step this year with bringing in a bunch of new guys, and I kind of like that because I'm already vocal and I'm just here to help. And the more I can help my teammates, the better team we'll be. So I'm just looking out. I tell Cam, D-Free, I tell all of them, the new guys, like, if y'all got any questions, just ask. Don't be scared to ask. And as I tell Griffey, I always say, closed mouths don't get fed. So just speak up. Like, ain't nobody gonna yell at you. We here to help.
You're a Wisconsin guy, but you haven't played at Green Bay and then coming down here. Who were those guys in the program who helped you along when you first arrived?
Here?
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Oh man, Chucky.
Sure.
Chucky was like, I was with him 24/7, and I would say him and Tyler, T. Wall, they really helped me. I always leaned on them, especially just because like you kind of could tell that they were like the leaders of the team when I first got here. So I just really leaned on them, and they helped me out a lot.
Yeah, the season, always you guys have another pretty interesting non-conference schedule and all of that. A couple years ago, I think the preseason experts had you like not real high in the Big Ten. You kind of like that though, don't you? Like proving people wrong is kind of a thing here, right?
Yeah, ever since I've been here, that's what it's been. And I mean, those people are just doing their jobs. Can't blame them, you know. So we don't even pay attention to the rankings or whatever. We just pay attention to what we're doing in the practice gym, because what we're doing here is going to translate to the court.
Final thought, the staff. You got Greg Steensma here, former Badger. You got Lance Randall, in addition to Coach Reef, Coach Crabb, obviously the head guy. That's a pretty good group to learn some stuff from, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I love the new additions that we made on top of what we already had. I feel like the practice just runs smoother. The off-season work went great, and everything in between is just perfect, honestly. So I'm glad that we added those new guys. I think it really helps us out a lot.
All right, Badgers, enjoy watching Kamari McGee.
Yes,
get ready. You're going to see a lot more of him this season. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health. UW Health Sports Medicine, treating the Badgers, treating you. And is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors, building Wisconsin together. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Williams split a pair, and then she comes up with a steal here, breaking away and laying it in, and one for her. Outside Myers, right in front of the Badger bench, and that's money.
Beautiful face-off play on the power play, just didn't finish. Here's Morrissey again, left dot open. Finley shoots and scores. Great look by Morrissey. Quinn Finley lights the lamp. 1-0 Wisconsin. Kerr up ahead, breakaway. Kyle Kukkonen looking for his first as a Badger. He scores. Beautiful breakout pass. Kerr to the tape of Kyle Kukkonen's stick. Yep, no score yet. Here's Minnesota with a partial breakaway. Oliver Moore comes in. Slot shot denied with a right arm of Grandma. Dexheimer walks to the slot. Right wing Finley doesn't look in the net. Back to Dexheimer. One timer off a stick or two. It's loose in front. Chipped in by Rylan Mosley.
22-22. Here's Merzick. Middle back at Franklin. Steers the pass up front. High set up right side. There's Anna Sprint. Yes. Smrek rolls it off speed right in front of Merzick, deep middle back, and the Badgers have a 1-point lead. Schumacher, right hand, pops it deep. Perfect pass this time. Merzick left side, got all of it, but it's dug. Schumacher popped it up. Set goes to Ojo on the left, sharp cross court, and it's in! Just getting the left sideline. Yulia Ojo makes it 15-2. Served by Anderson on match point. Penn State out of system, setting to Merzick on the left. Doggabike, who's checking on the left back. Wisconsin over to Franklin, into the block and cover. Now how about the slide? Booth to finish it, yes! Booth gets it, and Wisconsin pummels Penn State. The Badgers knock out the Nittany Lions for the first time in conference play this season, and Penn State will go home with a loss.
We go back to football next week. The Badgers taking on the Oregon Ducks in a primetime game at Camp Randall Stadium as we hit the stretch drive of college football's regular season. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. We've just lowered thousands and thousands of prices on thousands and thousands of items in every aisle and in every department. Online, too. And on many of your favorite products, we've even matched prices with some of the biggest discount stores in the country. Because we get it, times are still tough. So we'll continue to work hard to bring you new lower prices on thousands of items. Things are looking different at Hy-Vee. Come see for yourself.